Right, we're in Tezpur, which is day 2, or maybe day 3 of India's Lost World 2019. It was just a warm-up day yesterday, so proper highway stuff, just getting used to the bikes, getting used to the heat. And we're in downtown Tezpur. It's about, I think maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. We stayed in a lovely hotel that's, I'm not sure if it's half finished or half built. Anyway, it's got bamboo outside, but actually it's very comfortable, great food. Today we're heading to a place called Bomdila. Now Bomdila is up in the foothills of Arunachal Pradesh. Now we've been told the road is actually going to be closed from 9:30. Now we can't get there at 9:30, so we're going another route, which is adding another, I think, 60 kilometers to the day, which, all going well, should be good. So anyway, wish us luck. It's going to be a good one, whatever happens. It's going to get a bit chilly, so I think tonight's -2, -3, we've been told. So anyway, so down here it's sweltery and humid, which is nice if you're with a lady. I'll probably edit that bit out. Anyway, you know what I mean. Anyway, it's all good. Looking forward to it, and hope all's well with you all. Anyway, bye-bye. Well, here you are, update. We've just left Tezpur, we're on the way to Bomdila. I'm not sure which way we're going, and we stopped at the side of the road. Now, the man's just doing a bit of fishing. I'm not sure what's in there, but anyway, probably small fish. Anyway, this road is nuts. I mean, it's like India in a nutshell. It has everything. I mean, it's kind of chaos, but it's a bit like fighting a river. You don't fight a river. You go with the flow. You go into the eddies. You don't try and fight the current, because if you do, it kind of bites you on the bumhole. Anyway, oh yeah, he has got some fish. Anyway, this morning's ride, it's only 60 kilometers so far, and it's really nuts. I mean, I've nearly seen a coach go off the road, trying to avoid obviously a sacred cow. And I was reminded of a phrase that Doc, our guitar strumming hero, once said. And he used to say it quite a lot, actually, and it kind of makes a lot of sense. And he's in it, and I may be paraphrasing, but this is how it goes. Every day in India, you see something you previously thought was impossible, but you see it with monotonous regularity. And that pretty much sums up the driving today. I mean, they're not trying to kill you. They're the nicest serial killers in the world. But it seems sometimes that they actually have got you in their sights. Anyway, it's funny as hell. But, you know, keep it steady, keep it slow, and it's just brilliant. Anyway, just waiting for the backup truck. I think we have to go back a little bit that way, and take a left because we've missed the turning. But regroup, have a cup of some chai. Anyway, it's all good. See ya, bye. Good afternoon. It is another update from India's Lost World. We're now in the state of Nagaland. You might have to look it up on the map. Until I came here. Oh, just seeing a goat nearly be run over. Nagaland is the third state we've now visiting. We've had Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, and now Nagaland. So I think we've just crossed the border. There's actually no physical border on this one, but we do have to report to the police when we get there. So we've stopped for lunch. Now, everyone who's travelled in India knows about dhabas. Now, dhabas are your roadside cafe, and they vary, as always. Anyway, so yesterday on the way down from Bomdila, which was just a brilliant route. I mean, just full of hairpins, smooth tarmac, rough tarmac, bit of sand, bit of water, had everything. Anyway, we had a great little lunch stop where you can eat. Now these are prevalent mostly in the Himalayas, and this was in the foothills, and they're called momos, and they're like little steamed dumplings. And you can get them with veg and what people refer to, hold on, it's a bit noisy, as non-veg. Now, so a couple of guys yesterday had momos, and they went for the non-veg variety. Now, they didn't really ask what meat it was, and anyway, by all accounts, they tasted delicious. I had an omelette. Anyway, so one of the guys, after eating the delicious momos, went to the toilet, and he couldn't see any chickens, because that's what he thought he'd been eating, but he did find a cage full of rats. Now, there's no telling whether he ate a rat or he didn't eat a rat. Anyway, the jury's out on that one, but it was funny. Anyway, these darbas are a lifesaver. So we're going to eat now. It's been a warm morning. We've come up maybe about 160 kilometres and through pretty heavy traffic, and now it's gone a bit quiet. So yeah, it's rather lovely. Anyway, that's the update for today, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Good morning. This is India's Lost World 2019 update. We're in a place called Imphal, which is in Manipur. It's a beautiful morning. What time is it? It's about 6:30. We've got a really long day today, so it's probably about 9 hours, 10 hours riding. It's 280 kilometres, which sounds nothing if you're in the UK, but here in India you tend to do about 30 kilometres an hour. That's it, you know, when you add in all the stops and all the faffing and the tea drinking and the going. Anyway, so we're in Imphal. This is a government hotel. We've actually arrived during Holi, which is the Hindu festival. It celebrates the end of winter, beginning of spring, so they celebrate it, it seems, by lighting bonfires. You've seen with the colourful powder, celebrating, you know, the beginning of new life, I guess. They also celebrate it by drinking huge amounts of hooch. So we arrived in Imphal yesterday to discover the petrol stations were now shut for 5 days, and I think that might be a tactic to keep them off the road, which is good for us, but it meant actually we had to do a little bit black marketeering, getting hold of some fuel, I think, yesterday. But the team did that, and it's great. So the other thing is, obviously, India has literally billions of people, and you can see from Steve King's fantastic photographs that we've been so warmly welcomed in all the states we've been through so far, and people really are curious to why we're here, and they kind of, I mean, I think I've been selfied maybe 8 or 9, 10 times so far, which is, you know, flattering. It could be like Father Christmas on holiday, who knows. But anyway, something happened yesterday, and obviously we're at a chai stop, and we're having the usual, you know, bits of chai and biscuits and crisps and what was available. And this man was observing us, and at the end of it he came up and he gave the group 1,000 rupees, so on our journey we could have more snacks, and he thanked us for coming to his country, which is incredible. It really gave everyone a pause for thought, and actually realised maybe we should do more like that sort of thing. Anyway, as always, India teaches. India surprises, India provides a great experience. Yeah, so here's for another fantastic day. It's breakfast time, which probably means a hard-boiled egg and some toast. Anyway, you take care. See ya, bye. Good afternoon. Here we are in Kohima in Nagaland, site of a very famous battle called the Battle of the Tennis Court in the Second World War. Really, there's a line up there, and it's marked by a cherry tree, which is really as far as Japan got into India during the Second World War. I think 3,500 Allied soldiers died up there, and so there's a war cemetery up there. It's like all war cemeteries. It's very moving. People from all over the Commonwealth and India, of course, perished, and it was a hand-to-hand combat, hence the name Battle of the Tennis Court, because that's really where the last pitched battle was, and it was marked out. So in the background is Kohima. It is now starting to rain. I think there's some thunder and lightning, very, very frightening, just a few minutes ago. So it was a short day today, 80 kilometres on probably the roughest road we've had. So it took about nearly 4 hours to go. We had a lunch break, but we had about 4 hours to go 80 kilometres. So we're now looking forward to our tea. So we've gone down to the market, and we've seen the live rats, frogs, snakes. Didn't see any silkworm grubs for those who like those sort of things, and they have exotic tastes, the Naga people, and yeah, and all of it is on show, and it's fantastic. Anyway, so that's really it for today. Yeah, and beautiful Kohima, and do you know what's interesting is that India, normally the traffic beeps at each other all the time. It's kind of loud, and which is great because it's part of the colour and experience of India. But in Kohima, it's very quiet. There's rubbish bins, and just as I say, there's no beeping of the horn. There's a beep anyway, but there's much less. Anyway, we had a great time. Anyway, so look, bye for now, and till next time. See ya. Bye. Good morning, India's Lost World update. So we are in Silchar in the state of Assam. We've briefly dropped back into Assam before heading out again to a new state, which will be revealed later. So yesterday's ride, 266 kilometers and not in a straight line. You might have seen the Relive map that I posted online. It was twisty heaven, my God. I mean, every twist and turn, it just kept on going and giving, and it was over valley, down to valley, over hills, down hills. And it got me thinking, because according to the internet, an adult on a chosen activity can only concentrate for 20 minutes. Now, I think us on this ride are like into the Einstein category of concentration levels, because we were riding, although the day I think it was 10 hours door to door, so to speak, we were moving for 7 hours. Now I think we probably made literally tens and tens of thousands of little decisions about which corner, what position to take, what gear to be in, when to brake, when not to brake, and we had to miss cows, pigs, goats, ducks, chickens, potholes, gravel, mud, dust, bamboo, sticks falling down, sticks poking out, rope, literally thousands of decisions all day non-stop. And on occasion you did find your concentration levels dipping because you realise you took a corner a little bit too wide, and then you think, well, actually that's not safe. Now's the time to have a little stop and maybe rehydrate a bit, take time out. But it was a cracking day, and my gosh, and I'd say, congratulations to the Einsteins of concentration levels. We had a great day, and today will be another great day. So we're keeping the rubber side down, everyone's riding properly good, and we're having a great time. So take care, and see you on the other side. Bye. Good morning. It is properly early this morning. This is about 6:10 in a place called Aizawl, now in Mizoram. We've just had a fantastic rest day. We've all recharged our batteries, which is really necessary after 8 days riding. Basically a day is spent just eating and drinking, walking. Great market here, some great miso traditional food as well, which is lovely. And this state of Mizoram is rather interesting because it's when you come over the border, it is literally like someone has opened a door from one world to another world. The people from this region aren't from India. They basically came from the sort of Mongolia, Thailand, Myanmar, Burma. And so it's they look completely different. The houses are different. It's also a very Christian state. So when we arrived on the Sunday, everyone was dressed in their finery and going to church, which is, wonderful. Also made the roads quite quiet, so the lorries were all parked up. The road was properly bumpy and horrible, but anyway, that's by the by. It's changed, and the road changes season by season because the rain is so hard in this part of the world. So anyway, we're up nice and early. The bikes are being warmed up. You might be able to hear them. So everyone's ready to go, really. So I had a little request from Chris's wife. Quite demanding is Chris's wife. She says, "Where's your video blog?" I think, well, even I deserve a rest day to get off the thing. Anyway, so so Nikki, this is for you. Good morning. And anyway, so we're looking forward to a cracking day. We're heading to a place called Dharma, can't remember, begins with a D. Also, the other interesting thing about this state is very matriarchal. So women run the shops, women are running the stalls in the market, and the men seem to be portering, which is really quite good. It's very calm here as well in the town. There's no beeping of horns, people line up, very, very orderly, it's very clean, and yeah, we've had a great day. So anyway, here we go, another 200 kilometers today. I think this will be day 11 of the actual ride. So take care, see you soon, bye. Well, India's Lost World update. Now we are in the jungle. I don't think I need to say anything actually, because the jungle is singing today. Amazing, it's so loud. We've just come up this amazing track. It's a really small trail, dusty, rocky, but beautiful. We're now climbing up over what looks like a series of sort of hills, not probably too high, maybe 2,000 meters or so. But I just had to stop because the cacophony of sound of the crickets and the, I don't know what they are. But anyway, it's amazing sound. I think I could listen to it all day. Anyway, amazing. See ya. Good morning. India's Lost World update. We are in a place called Daramangara or something like that. I can never pronounce it. I always think of Manuel in Fawlty Towers saying, I am Managar. Anyway, we had a great day yesterday. Fantastic, really good riding. We've come into a new state called Tripura, and it really was again another door closing and another one opening. It was all peaceful and quiet and sort of charming, and then we discovered the Suzuki Swift again, trying to take you off the road. So quite a different place. And also we had a bit of a night last night, a bit of unplanned party really. A little bit too much whiskey was consumed and a few beers, but we had cold beers when we first arrived. I think we got here really early, at like 3:30, maybe 4 o'clock. So we had a proper night of it. The tunes were playing, a lot of silly singing, and some dancing from people who should probably remain nameless. But it was a really good night, and I guess this is part of why people come on the trips. It's the friends you make, you know, and lifelong friends. You trust each other on the road, and everyone's riding really well. Everyone's looking and respectful to each other, and caring for each other on the road, and which is really handy because we're all part of the same group. We succeed and fail as a group. So here we are. We're on day 11. We're going back to Silchar. Not the most glamorous of places, but it's the only way that Alex can do the whole 7 states without having a really, I think, it would be a 400 kilometre day, which would be. It'd be dangerous because it would mean we'd come back to the hotel at night, and you don't want to ride. Anyone who's been here knows you do not want to ride in the dark. It is absolutely terrifying because people run without headlights, and often things don't have brake lights. Anyway, the only thing you need to have working on your vehicle, as you can hear, is the bloody horn. So anyway, welcome to the horny world of India. You take care. Have a good day. See ya. Bye. Good afternoon, everyone. This is India's Lost World update. This is the penultimate day. We have just about to enter our last state of the 7 of this fascinating part of India. So India's Lost World 2019, we're about to enter a state called Meghalaya. So think Meg, like the terrible Jason Statham film, but better. It's another Christian state. It's wooded and it's almost alpine in some ways. So we're climbing up to about 12,000 feet to a place, 12,000 meters, sorry. 12,000? No, 1,200. Oh, it's the heat. 1,200 meters, and it's called a place called Shillong. So allegedly it's called the Blueberry Inn. So I think lots of Elvis songs tonight in homage to this said place. It's been a great day already, of course. And I suppose now, because it's a penultimate day, you're starting to think, and you can't think too much because obviously you've still got a day and a half to go, and that's really quite important. We've got to keep it all together. So today's 200 kilometres, maybe 220, but tomorrow's really short, only 80. So it's that kind of bittersweet thing. You kind of know it's coming to the end, but also you've got to get to the end. Anyway, so we stopped for chai and some lunch. I think it's rice and surprise dal, but it's really fast, super tasty. So what else can I tell you? Oh, we haven't talked about the motorcycle. So the Royal Enfield Himalayan 400cc, I think about 27 horsepower. I tell you, I mean, I'm not blessed with much height, 5'7" and 3/4, maybe a half, I don't know, depends how I feel. But there's a guy called John on this trip who's 6'7", and he says it's not uncomfortable, which is just insane because, I'm 5 foot and he's 6'7". I mean, a good foot difference. He's massive, but it's super comfortable. I mean, low torque. If you're in second gear and you've got rough roads, you just go over it. It's just like super easy. Very comfortable. The last time I did this was in a Royal Enfield Bullet, and I think for some of the days we felt really battered, but actually it doesn't have to make it much easier. Still loads of fun, don't get me wrong, but just much more comfortable. And we have been dry. Now, this state is also famous for being one of the wettest places in the world. Imagine 35 foot of rain a year. That's quite a lot, even even by Yorkshire standards. Anyway, look, I think I've rambled on long enough. It's been a great trip so far. One and a bit day to go, and yeah, anyway, take care and see you soon. Bye bye. Good morning. India's Lost World update. Our last day is about to start. As all journeys start, they must also end. So here we are, it's the last day, 100 kilometres to go, and it's a time of reflection, I guess. So we've had some amazing experiences on this trip, from the sort of change of climate, the change of geography, to the change of people, cultures, noise, peace, the smells of the road, the feeling of the road, the type of road. We have been blessed with actually no rain whatsoever, which is really astounding. I think it's the first ever for me to ride in India with never encountering rain. So we've come to the end, but memories will live on. And from the people we've met, the selfies we've had taken. I mean, Hugo had a lovely little story the other day. Hugo's one of our riders, a very elegant Frenchman. Anyway, he was marking a junction. And a man came up and said, would you mind having a selfie with him and his wife? And so he took it. And then the man ran off, and then he came back a few minutes later with a print and gave it to Hugo, so Hugo could remember him. And really, that sort of typifies this whole experience, really. I mean, we've been blessed with memories. Ones you know, are difficult to replicate, because if someone said to me, where's Meghalaya or Nagaland or Mizoram or Tripura, I'd have no idea. I wouldn't even know where to point to it, let alone spell it. So this has been an education, a proper one, and education means that you learn stuff, not only about yourself but about the region, and about your friends that you make. So it's been a cracking trip, and I'm sure Alex will be running it again. So India's Lost World 2020. If you're thinking about it, just go and book it. You'll enjoy it, no end. Anyway, so we're going to be leaving here in about 45 minutes. Maybe take us about 3 hours to get back to Assam, to Trapesia, our start point. And then we all head our way home, most of us tomorrow. So Lou, I shall see you soon. Love you. Bye bye.